Hi, Henry Grajon live here on 18th Street and 7th Avenue. Earlier, I was trying to have folks that are joining me now. I do apologize. It was a bad reception around 42nd Street and 7th Avenue in New York City. But now, this massive protest that they had has become a march now. And right now, the crowd is it's shrunk. It's about 300 right now. Those that are joining me, Henry live here on the Trump Republican page. And I'm here in coverage. I want to cover this now from this point on. I had a very bad reception. I think we have better reception now. It's happening in 22 cities, guys. 22 cities throughout the United States. And they are protesting. They said that as of today, they're going to be taken to the streets day and night. And they're going to be, they said, until they get their demands met. And one of the demands is to try to have Donald J. Trump and Mike Pence to be taken out of office. Not legally, I don't know what's happening, but this is where they're at. So right now, you have a massive crowd. You have scooter police. You have cops on bicycles. You have the counterterrorism. The city is on high alert right now because of what happened on this past Tuesday when the Islamic terrorist, drove his vehicle in New York City, and I covered that event, and where 8 people died and 12 people were injured. The city is still healing right now, and the nation itself, because we had the first terroristic attack since 9/11. So the city is on high alert since that day. So right now you have a lot of police. Right now I see a police helicopter from above. I haven't seen that earlier, but they are trying to cover every end. So the police, NYPD, is doing a great job right now, and this is where I'm at right now. Henry live on the Trump Republican page. Thank you for joining me, everyone. If you can share this, it's happening in other cities, but my job is, as a journalist, I want to show you how bad things are really getting. Even some of them have said they're threatening to do things. They haven't made it up. I've seen a lot of these groups and I've said that. So finally, I have good reception here. For those that are joining me, Henry Live, your conservative reporter, reporting live here in New York City, about to join the crowd right now and just in a bit. Thank you so much for joining me. If you can share this to show that I'm covering this event, and it's incredible right now. My battery was pretty low, so I was cut off before, so I'm hoping it would hold on till now. But Henry live here in New York City, broadcasting right now of this event. You see the traffic is moving, but the cops have it separate from these scooters that you have. They're separating the crowd compared to what we see here. So I am a little bit blocked off right now. The light has changed. I don't want to get hit, guys, so just bear with me right now as I walk very quickly and trying to get to the other side that's here. So this is where we at, Henry live here in New York City. And this thing started on 42nd Street. It started as a protest, and now it's become a march. And as you see behind me, they have the sign here, and these folks are a great number of them. The NYPD is doing a great job of maintaining the order on what we're seeing right now. So that's where we at, Henry live here in New York City. So I'm going to wait a little bit as it drives by. They have legal teams for NYPD to make sure if anything does happen. It is happening, like I said, in 22 other cities throughout the United States, but here, especially New York, which is known for protest. But I'll wait a little bit, and you're going to see how they're moving right now. I did see some Trump supporters with red caps on, and they're in pockets of places, and you see them, and everything's been peaceful up to now, and that's we are grateful for that, because the folks here are exercising their freedom of speech, their First Amendment rights, and that's what we want to see for the peace. So right now, we're live here, and I'm going to show you right now as the crowd is moving. They have a lot of NYPD brass here who are making sure that they're supervising this to make sure. But you see the cops here, and the other side of where the sign is at, they have a great number of them right now that are actually separating from the traffic, and this is where we at. November 4th has been said that they said they were going to take to the streets, where hopefully it's peaceful, but some have said that they were going to take it to the next level, because unless the Trump administration is taken down like a coup, they're not going to sleep till day and night. They've been inviting Black Lives Matter and so many other groups. So Henry live here, and this is the real news. This is not CNN here, okay?
Our world, our world, our world.
So I'm going to turn the camera over so you can see the truck and the people that are leading this.
Here we go. I got a fresh one for y'all. Oh, at least I never No KKK, no fascist USA. I said no Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. 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 I said no Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. I said no Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. Let me hear you, no Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. Let's go. Let's time to go. Rehearsal is done. I said no Trump. No KKK, no fascist USA. 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 No Trump. No KKK, no fascist.
So guys, I see somebody that is actually getting a little bit aggressive, and he's coming up to everybody that has a camera, and he's getting a little bit belligerent. So these are people that are incredible, and I won't even put them on to give him that way. So I will not even show them. Usually I'll see if I can get, the cops are going to be, they don't want to engage with people like that. This person right now behind us is a little bit back, and he's actually cursing at the people that are recording, either a journalist like myself, but Henry live here in New York City, and a big part is a residential area that's becoming now a part of this. So this is where we see ourselves, and guys, I'm not agreeing with this, but it's their First Amendment rights for them to come out here. Hopefully it remains peaceful, and that's what we're hoping for. So this is what's happening now. So they're trying to get people off the sidewalks, they're saying. So they're making sure for safety reasons. I'm going to see if I can go to the other side, in which I see the police right now. I'm trying to station myself, so bear with me. Thank you for joining me, Henry Live here. This protest started on 42nd Street on 7th Avenue, and it actually is now a march now. And it's happening in 22 cities, guys. 22 cities. They've been saying that November 4th is going to be the day that they're going to take to the streets. And I'm telling you right now, it gets a little tense right now when we see this. So we're looking right now. I thought I just saw right now a little bit of a movement. They have to be careful right now. The police are really trying to make sure things are under control. But let me hold off on here while this crowd is coming to this here. And I'm trying to see if I can make my way to across the street. So you have NYPD brass right now. They are here behind me. The crowd is coming up right now. And this is what we see right now. So the crowd has moved. It is on 22nd right now, 22nd Street and 7th Avenue. They turned on 22nd. This is a residential area, what I'm seeing. And they started on 42nd Street. Big crowds there. They were inviting people to come out and to show that. So thank you so much. At first, I was a little worried of being out here because of my safety itself. I'm being recognized by a lot of folks, guys. You don't see me with gear. The only thing I have right now is my press pass. I am registered as a journalist in New York City, but many know me from the mainstream media that I am a conservative journalist who has actually been in favor of Donald Trump. And I've been interviewed before without my press pass in Spanish and English. And I try to get the word out to say that our president is trying his best with everything that's happening, but also the NYPD is doing an incredible job to keep us safe. You guys know what happened this past Tuesday in New York City, the biggest terroristic attack since 9/11. It wasn't as big, but 8 people lost their lives, 12 people were injured, and that was very sad. And I got to tell you that the city is still healing right now, and we're hurt, and it's on high alert right now. It's been on high alert since that night, and I covered it that night. So covering it shows that the city is still in a lot of pain right now. So as you see right now, the crowd that's coming behind me right now is the one that's happening there. So right now, there might be an incident right now in which the police right now, and I'm trying to get to where it's at. It does show you have legal people, you have private attorneys that are running here and walking alongside of it to make sure everything's under control. So right now, I see some police jump off their scooters right now. It looks like since early, I keep seeing that you have people that want to start incidents. They want to start and incite things. They could get arrested for inciting a riot because you have such a large crowd, emotional. If you get people to start acting up and they get the crowd started, the police are here, but they're trying to avoid anything to happen. So right now, it does not look like anything really did happen. So Henry, live here in this massive protest right now that is taken to local streets right now, and that's what we show. So the police are on high alert. There's a lot of tension right now that's happening. So you see that they're radioing themselves in. They're trying to use strategic moves. So the NYPD strategic team, they try to keep everything organized to make sure they have the pockets of people to try to get control. It's not easy to do crowd control for NYPD. So it's not, they try their best. They get the training, the proper training they have to do, but they are working in coordination. So that's the good thing. You have the upper brass for them, who are the lieutenants and captains, who are actually telling them what they need to do. So I'm going to show you one more time. This is that is showing right now, and I'm walking with it.
No fascist USA! No fascist USA! No KKK, no fascist USA! No fascist USA! No KKK, no fascist USA! No KKK, no fascist USA! No Trump! 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 No KKK, no fascist USA!
So once again, Henry, live here in New York City, and we are here live at this protest that is happening. It started on 42nd Street and 7th Avenue, and now it's become a march, and they're walking down, I believe it's 21st Street, and we're coming up on 6th Avenue, Avenue of Americas here in New York City, and it's becoming a big, massive crowd. What they're trying to do is get people to draw them in, saying they should come and accompany them. One thing I got to tell you, I do not see the news out here, the mainstream media. I'm the news, but I am a small conservative journalist and broadcasting off right here off the page. So I do not see, I got to tell you, mainstream media, which is Fox, NBC, CBS. None of them are out here covering in this. They are taking pictures, a lot of freelance journalists taking pictures, and that's where we're at right now. So let me take you right now. There's a guy, he uses free hugs. He's a great guy. I'm going to try to he's still being So guys, I do agree with you. It's not as massive as it looks. It looks for me because I'm here and it's a huge crowd. But when I say massive, I'm not talking about 50 people. But it is pretty big, even for New York City standards. So thank you everybody that's joining me throughout the United States scene. New York City, a protest that's going on. It's been planned for a while, and they right now, it's happening in 22 other cities right now. And I'm not sure what's happening with the other cities, but here in New York City, this is where we're at right now. Just like you said, no fake news here. This is raw, uncut video, not being doctored up like the mainstream media. They're not here. No, I have not seen the mainstream media. It's a lot of small journalists out here, but I do not see mainstream media right now. I got it. This is a massive protest right now, and it's happening. And
I love it. I love the energy. I love it.
How do you feel, sir? You're here? All right. So right now, I've not seen too many of the Antifa folks with the mask. I've seen one or two. I am not comfortable to have somebody to put on a mask and not recognizing them. So that's not something I feel comfortable with. But we're about to end in a little bit. I don't have too much battery, but I wanted to show you New York City. These are folks that I spoke to some people saying to them, they have a freedom of speech, they can protest, but they have to do it lawfully. So that's, up to now, I gotta give them credit, it has not been unlawful right now. So thank you so much, Henry, live here on the Trump Republican page. I didn't want to say that loud because, guys, for my own safety. So I've been out here for a while. I started with them in 42nd Street and 7th Avenue. They were there. They did it as a march, well, actually as a protest, and now it became a full-blown march. They're walking up 21st Street on 6th Avenue, heading towards 5th Avenue. I'm not sure where exactly they're heading to, but it's massive right now. And when I say massive to guys, the people that are listening, it looks massive to me. I know for the crowds that you're seeing, but it's about 400 people right now, and they're supposed to be meeting up with other folks right now. So I'm trying to hang on as much as I can. It is a Saturday, so it's good that it's not during the week that is interrupting the regular work week. So this is where we're at here. They do have police, you see here, and it's unmarked cars, and they are here with other folks that are here. You have people that are volunteer attorneys that are here in case something was to happen. There's also attorneys for the city who are here, who are actually advising the upper brass for NYPD. Again, NYPD is doing a great job, and they are here maintaining order. It's been order up to now. But, and I do see right now, I'm going to show you guys, you won't even believe it, but there is a Trump banner. I'll show you right now. Yes, like you're watching, it's a Trump banner, and they are here walking along. I have not seen anybody say something to them disrespectfully. A few people came up to them and actually questioned them, but these are Trump supporters, and they have a banner. So you can see, you have the banner, and they're walking proudly. So you have these Trump supporters with the banner itself, and they're here, and they're not ashamed what they're walking. So that's what we see being part of the crowd, and it's been peaceful. Nobody has actually been disrespectful, and that's great. And that's what we like. People are giving them dirty looks, that's one thing. So dirty looks they're being had, you know.
Everybody knows that's got to go. Everybody knows.
I would question, guys. I would come up to them, but I spoke to one of them already. But tensions are so high, they don't remember me being a Trump supporter myself, even though I'm a journalist, and they're not speaking to me too much. So I don't want to really approach them. People have not been friendly to talk to me, either side, either people that are for Trump or against them. So people are not right now showing this. So this is where we at, Henry, live here in New York City. Okay, guys, you see that gentleman back there? I kind of spoke to him before. He's against Trump. He refused to shake my hand when I came on earlier on 42nd and 7th Avenue. So he looks at me with a way that's like almost hatred. So I don't know. So that's where we at. So if everybody that's out here, thank you for joining me throughout the United States and maybe throughout the world, because I know there's other countries that are watching. If you could put down your city or country where wherever you're from, just say hi. I'm from, let's say Florida, Texas. Please let me know where you're from, letting me know that you are here on this page and seeing what I'm at here, what I'm seeing. Yeah, you did hear that right. Donald Trump is a state. These are the folks that are right now with the banner right now, and they are marching right now, and they're saying Trump has a state. So thank you so much. I see a massive amount of people on our page watching. So thank you everybody that's joining me, showing, oh, wait a minute, UK, thank you so much. That's pretty far. Let me know where you're from. Let me know that what city you're from. And so I can see Florida, how are you? Folks that are seeing Idaho, hello, thank you so much. North Carolina, hello so much. Thank you so much for joining me here on this massive day of protest. Texas, hello. Minnesota, hello. I'm trying to say hello to everybody. Louisiana, thank you so much. California, alrighty. So you guys can see where I'm at right now in New York City. And behind me, I have some Trump supporters with the banner of Donald Trump. You can see that. Brave couple of women, right? Because they're out here. So I'm running out of battery. I'm running out of voice. But thank you so much for joining me. Henry live and Brooklyn, New York. Hello, Brooklyn, New York. Alabama. Judge Moore, how do you like that, Alabama? Judge Moore won, yes. St. Louis, hello to you. Florida, hello again. Colorado, hello. New York, like they say New York. Yes, it is a very small crowd right now, and I think it's shrunk. Actually, it was bigger before. And Tennessee, hello, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. For my safety, I'm not really saying it is the Trump Republican page. Henry Live here, and this is where I'm at right now. I know you're telling me to charge and come back. Orlando, Florida, how are you? Guys, thank you so much. What you're doing right now by joining us, by sharing this, you're showing that you are supporting, let's say, you're supporting our president and supporting the United States. A lot of these folks that I did speak to before, I said they should be very fortunate that they have the freedom of speech to come out here and protest against our president. So that's the good thing. They did say that we're going to do things. Nothing has really happened. NYPD really has it under control. Kentucky, how are you? California. Philadelphia. Guys, 22 states are doing this right now. They're protesting against President Trump and the administration. So they're doing this right now in 22 states. Tampa, hello. Kansas City, hello. So guys, Henry live here. We are at 16th Street and 5th Avenue. And right now, I think they're heading towards Union Square, which is pretty famous to have a protest. So they're marching right now. And yes, I am representing here, and I have not seen mainstream media. I have not seen Fox. I have not seen CBS. But yes, your small conservative. Alrighty, another fellow press person. There you go. So you've got a press, and I was saying that small press like ourselves. But I don't see. Did you see Fox News, CBS? That's not right. They should be here covering that, right? Alrighty. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Because he's dangerous also for the world, not only for the U.S.
Okay, thank you, thank you. That was another protester right now, or actually a press person, who's telling me, hey, wait a minute, I'm a press too. So I said the small press, like me and her and others that are company. Actually, she's not for the president. She was just telling me right now that she does not like anybody that's for the president. So for my safety, I have to be careful, okay? So I cannot just openly say being a Trump supporter, that could be for my safety, because already somebody before was actually cursing out folks with cameras. So you can imagine that. So let me show you right now real quick. for joining me. I'm losing my voice. And right now, let me see if I move away from that gentleman. We don't want to be cursing as we are in the air. But this is showing you this protest right now, which is a march. And they're marching right now to, I believe it's Union Square, which I imagine. Union Square is pretty famous for that. So I don't know what's going to happen. They're ending it there, it looks like. But don't feel too comfortable when it comes to a massive crowd. When I say massive, angry, about 300 right now. And them being together, you do have some Trump supporters too. That worries me. I'm not even sure if they're going to turn either direction. But Union Square is known here in New York City for protests, and it's known also for riots too. And I hate to tell you that. So the police have their hands full right now, in which they're going to be met with this big crowd coming into Union Square itself. And let's see what happens. 16th Street, Union Square, which is famous here. This square is where a lot of they have protests here in the past. So let's see how that turns out. It says here is a sign, protest this way. So they're heading over towards 14th Street into Union Square itself. So I'm trying to hang on here. So let me turn over, guys, so you can see. So guys, those of you joining me, Henry, live here, broadcasting live on Union Square, where a protest actually started in 42nd Street and 7th Avenue, and has become a march, and they marched down 7th and 6th Avenue and ended up here in Union Square. So this is, it's turning now. You're gonna see, and like I said, guys, I might have to, and it's not easy for me being out here broadcasting this. I just wanted to show you.
Join the march! Join the march! Drive out Trump and Pence! Put your fist in the air! Donald Trump is a nightmare! Only the people can drive them out! Join us in the streets! RefuseFascism.org! RefuseFascism.org! March with us! March with us! March with us! Drive out Trump and Pence! New York City! New York City! If you hate Donald Trump and Mike Pence, join us in the streets! Say hell no! Say hell no! And Trump and Pence! Join us in the streets!
So guys, Henry Grajon live here on Union Square. After what happened this past Tuesday, I reported. I was there about 2 hours after the event of the Islamic terrorist who took a U-Haul truck and ran down a bicycle path, killing 8 people, injuring 12. The city's been on high alert since then, and there's been talk about November 4th, and we're here, November 4th. And I gotta tell you that day when I was actually, as a journalist, being there on that Tuesday night with other of my fellow colleagues, we were hurt because to show those 8 people to die, 12 people injured, the city has been on high alert. We are right now hurt. The city is healing, and this is the type of things that we see as a protest is happening right now. And yes, you see this big protest, which is about right now about 300 to 400 people. They made it from 42nd Street, 7th Avenue. They were planning this. It's happening in 22 states right now. It's happening throughout the United States. But here in New York City, I am a conservative journalist here in New York City, and I get a lot of backlash from my fellow colleagues that are liberals, that are liberal journalists. We have elections happening on November 7th, Tuesday. I work closely with the person that's running, Nicole Milakakis, She's running for mayor on the GOP ticket, and she's going against Mayor de Blasio, who's been known to be a sympathizer when it comes to terrorists and folks that are representing those groups. So here, New York City is in a heated mayor race this Tuesday, and they have a couple of candidates that are running also. But this mayoral race is actually right now intense right now for this Tuesday. So I know a lot of people from the United States are going to be going out to vote. Go out and vote, spread the word, share this video, tell people that what you're seeing right now is just the beginning. The 2018 midterms election, which I'm also a part of, and I work with a lot of people, and I got to tell you that we have folks that want to come in for Congress in 2018.
Awesome life while you're living. That's what Jesus is all about. We got a good, big God, and his name is Jesus Christ. In Hebrew, the Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeshua HaMashiach, there is power in that name of Jesus. And don't let Lowe's and AMC and
so this is great. You see a couple of people in different groups, but also you have a guy that's religious and he believes in Jesus. Amen to that. I'm a believer myself, and I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. So everybody has a right for freedom of speech, freedom of religion. That's what we have right now. And again, Henry live here on 16th Street near Union Square, which is famous, this park, for what's happening. Again, this protest is happening in 22 states, happening throughout the United States. But right now, New York City is what we have. They started on 42nd and 7th Avenue and made its way to Union Square Park here, which is pretty famous for it. So Henry Live, thank you for joining me, and I continue.
So you will not let me to US anymore.
So I don't know, I just had somebody with a camera tap me, and she was giving me dirty looks, and then she smiles at me, speaks to me in a different language. I do not like that because I don't understand what she said to me. She could have threatened me in her language, but she said it with a smile. She was giving me dirty looks before. But this is famous here, guys. This protest is happening, but this is New York City. Are you going to see? They do have a food market here, which is pretty normal. And you have a food market here besides this protest is happening. So you see this here. And guys, I got to tell you, this is New York City for you, where you have one protest on one side, and then you have a market on the other side. So that's what we're having. Good, actually.
God-fearing republic, we wouldn't worry about the name.
You get them all. You get them all here. You got the religious guy that's coming by preaching. You have a protest, and then on the other side you have this market here. I'll tell you something. I've seen the tourists that have come here. The tourists are not even thinking about it. They're taking pictures and they're thinking, like, when they go back to wherever they're from, like, wow, this is New York City. But this is serious, guys. This is very serious because even though these folks have a right to do this, but what they're asking for is to have the president to be overthrown, and not the legal matters too, because there's a way of if the Congress felt that there's any laws to be broken, and right now this false the dossier, everything that's happening in the government, it's incredible, guys. They're not looking at what's happening with Uranium One. They should be coming out. And the president, before he got on the plane to head for the Asia summits that he's going to do, he actually said, why is the DOJ, he's upset with them, obviously, because the Clintons, the Obama administration, all of them with the Uranium One deal, they should be right now investigating that. There should be people with that Mueller investigation instead of looking at showing supposedly collusion with the Trump administration when it was campaigning. They should be looking at Hillary Clinton and the Uranium One deal. So I don't understand what's happening, and this is where we're at. So it's pretty famous here in this park here, guys. We're at 14th Street right now. Very famous for those people that are not from New York that they could see. So thank you for joining me. And right now, my battery's still holding up. I have a large amount of people here on the Trump Republican page. Thank you so much. The love, the support. And yes, poor Henry isn't right. My throat is hurting me. But I do, if you guys know me, when I do my programs, I've already interviewed about 8 to 10 U.S. Congress candidates, people that are running for U.S. Senate. And I usually do that, but I also hit the field because I am a journalist with New York City, registered with the NYPD. So I am a journalist. So I am one to take to the streets when I see something massive like this, and I report on it to show you, not the way the mainstream media reports it. They're not even here reporting on it. So I'm here, live here, to show you what's going on. And thank you so much for joining me, for the support that people are giving me throughout the United States here on this page. Thank you so much for Trump Republican page, for this platform, so I'm able to give it all I got to see if I could show you, okay? So the crowd is still pretty big, and they're still heading down. I thought they were going to enter into Union Square, but they're not. So we're here. I'm very familiar with this because I'm from the city here. I was brought up here. Back in the day, there was a club back in the day. I used to go clubbing when I was younger, and that was here. But now New York City and the world, we've just changed. Now what we see now is mostly protests and seeing so many things like that. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your support. This is all hands on deck for you guys. Do what you can. If you can spread the word, share this video for me, show what's happening. Thank you so much. And I think I'm going to be ending it soon. I'm so sorry. So Henry Grijon live here from 14th Street. Union Square. Thank you so much for the support that everybody has given me here in New York City. Like you said, keeping it real. This is real news. I don't see the other mainstream media trying to report on this, but yes, I agree with you. It's hardly massive. They did start off big before, but thank you so much, Henry, live here on the Trump Republican page, and braving this, being in the middle of this crowd. And they said there was going to be a little bit violent, but it's not. And I know how it is. The NYPD, the police department, have done an incredible job when it comes to protecting the citizens here of New York City. Be safe out there, guys. Be careful if you're a part of any other city or state. Be safe out there, because it's now I'm going to be safe myself. And God be with us, and God bless our United States of America. God bless our President Donald J. Trump, who is on an incredible mission through Asia. He's going to be visiting South Korea, visiting Philippines, Japan. And he's going to be doing his thing. He's going to be out there negotiating, trying to see what's going to happen with North Korea. But let's keep our prayers for our president, who's out there with the First Lady doing this. Thank you so much, and God bless you, and make America great again. You are right. So God bless you. And I am the Alternative News, Henry Grijon, live here in New York City. God bless you. And until the next time, thank you so much, everybody that's joined me.